Gamer's Grass is changing the base game again.
Spiky Bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Baer from SpikyBits.com, and we are checking out Gamer's Grass's latest line of battle-ready bases today. They have their new Temple line of bases. They sent it over to us to share with you guys. And well, I think they're great for a number of reasons, almost all of which have to do completely with Titanicus. Okay, so I can only partially back that up about Titanicus. So here's Gamer's Grass's website. It's gamersgrass.com, super easy to remember. And when you bounce over to here, there'll be a little promo thing kind of scrolling across your screen right there. But what we want to check out today, at least, is their new line of Temple bases. And they happen to have this promo up, but depending on when you go over there, you might not see that. So you can always find them under their battle ready bases. But of course, they have brand new basing bits, which actually some of them are the Temple bits. Lots of new alien tufts here that we're going to talk about in a different video, and their normal grass tufts too. So for battle ready bases, there's 5 different types of them now, and we're going to take a look at their Temple bases, and they're all pretty much priced the same as what we showed you last time here. They start at the 170 millimeter oval for $40 US. And now remember, this stuff's all pre-painted, it's already flocked, it's already ready to go. Literally all you have to do is glue your models to this after you spend all that time painting it, and you're done. So that might not be for some of you folks out there, but that might be for a lot of other folks out there. I know for me, which I'm going to show you some of my models on these bases, well, they're not even, the models aren't even done. Like, I still got to go back and detail them. I'm not even done with the models. I don't want to spend a bunch of extra time on bases, so maybe this review is more for me, but I still think there's pretty good value here, and I'm sure they do great in paint studios too. So you can see where the pricing kind of comes down, and then it bounces back up once you get down to these smaller batches of, say, the 32 millimeter bases here. You get 8 of them for $19.99, and then 10 of the 25 mils for $19.99 too. So, you know, if you're looking at maxing out squads of, say, 10 or multiples of 5 or something like this, the number of 8 at the 32 slot is going to kind of throw you. So you're going to have to kind of do some multiplication, kind of figure out what the sweet spot is of numbers of packs to pick these up. It's not super optimal, but it is what it is right there. Maybe, you know, they crunch their numbers and that's the way it works for them. But for everything else, it pretty much makes sense for the most part, especially with some of the dreadnought size bases and things like that too. So all you got to do is just add it to your cart and then check out from here. But something that's also worth noting, I actually went to a game store over the weekend in Atlanta, Georgia, Gigabytes Games, that actually stock these. So if you live in a town that may stock these, there's actually a store finder on their site right here. Well, you might just be able to find them locally at your local game store, and you can scoop them right up then. But if you need 40 or 50 or a bunch of packs, you may have to order them off the website. But shipping's super quick. It's coming out of Portugal, I believe, and it takes about 2 weeks, give or take. I got mine super quick. They express mailed it. The postmaster himself drove it out to my door because it was a holiday weekend and they wanted to get the package out. But fortunately for everybody else, it still comes in a reasonable amount of time. So I've got most of their bases kind of laid out on the paint table here. And let me tell you what, there's nothing weirder than seeing the postmaster drive up in his personal vehicle up to my door. I'm like, who is this guy? I almost didn't answer the door. I thought it was a solicitor or something, but you know, he was like, oh, I got an express package. Anyways, long story short, we got it all in here, and stuff looks great, packed very, very well for all these bases and things that they sent to us. So this is all laid out, and you can kind of see. I took them out of the packages because I don't like the glare, but you can kind of see that there's a lot of different elements on here that we couldn't quite show you on you know, their website right there. You've got a lot of 3-dimensional elements here with like some divots and things. And then also some of these Doric or Ionic, I forget which one it is, columns that seem to work scale-wise for almost any of the game systems out there. And I'll show you more on that here in a second. And there's a lot of different common elements here. You can kind of see some of these circle kind of, I don't know what kind of pattern that is. I want to say it's Celtic, but I'm probably wrong right there. And then they have some Spartan helmet type things. Here on the larger base for a knight, you can kind of see all of the different elements kind of combined together. And what's really cool about all this, of course, is these come pre-packaged for retail. Like this is the base that the Knight comes in. It has a UPC on it, a SKU number, so all the necessary retail stuff, you just kind of pull it out. They're hot glued to the back. They explain like kind of how it works. Like, hey, just glue your stuff down. You can glue it to the base. You can glue it to the grass because the grass is actually kind of sticky itself. And then you're ready to go. Roll some dice. Super, super easy. Like I showed you already, they pretty much have a size for everything out there, whether it's 40 mil base for Terminators or something like that, to 50 mil base for some of the Titanicus stuff and some of the larger models nowadays from Games Workshop. You've got all sorts of different size ovals from 105s to 70s to 75s right there. You've got larger Knight size bases. You got some 80s right here, some 170s. And it pretty much, runs the gamut up and down, back again for everything that you might need right there. So let's take a look at what these bases look like and why the scale is so good and so textured. And it almost seems like none of them are very much identical either. So you can, depending on how you place your models, definitely have something that looks very unique on each and every one, almost like you planned it that way. So just how easy is it to actually attach a model to these bases? Pretty easy. I pulled out a 32 millimeter base here with some pretty good looking kind of divots on it, and I kind of sized it up to get a feel for the dry fit where I was going to put the model, just like that. Grab some of my glue, just normal super glue from the Army Painter that we tend to think is magic around here. I don't know exactly how it works, but for some reason it seems to be some of the best glue I've ever used. Put a couple of dabs on there. Sometimes I like to actually just kind of take a little paper towel and just give it a quick pat with the glue right there, and then we're just going to attach it and hold it, applying a little bit of pressure while it dries. Like I said, this glue is pretty much magic, so I'd imagine within a pretty quick amount of time, yep, it is already stuck on there. So there you can see the detail looks great. Now maybe this lip being a brown isn't exactly the best one for me or for this miniature right here, so you can always hit it with a different color. You don't have to. Obviously, don't use these bases if you don't think they're going to look good for your miniatures. But once you get your color selection down, this probably is a little suboptimal, but it's just a model I had without a base to glue on here. It'll start to look better. Maybe something with some metals, or maybe more golds, or a blue like I did right here with this ultramarine would definitely pop a little bit more. I feel like that guy looks pretty great, pretty fresh on there on a 32, and they'll even work good for their AOS miniatures as well. There's our little Revenant helper that we show you in a lot of our different videos here. So it doesn't matter design element wise, AOS or 40K, they're gonna look good on these bases. I actually just thought about something else too. If you play Stormcast, which a lot of folks out there do in Age of Sigmar, unfortunately don't have any Stormcast mounts. I do have this fatty, however, but he wouldn't look so good on these bases here. But just to give you an idea of how the mounts would look and size up on these bases right here, this, if it was a Stormcast and nice and gold, would definitely pop very well on this and go very much good. I don't know if that's English, with these little columns and things on here, very much like the Azerite Sigmar kind of realm right there too. So like I said, no matter the size, they probably have a base for you. Let's see, we also have Titanicus. And now this is even something that I want to touch on, is look at the columns, look at the little Spartan head right there, look at the little, what is that, sectionalized flooring or tiles. We'll go with tiles. Work in progress here, please forgive me, but we've got our Reaver Titan for Titanicus, and this guy even looks good depending on how you want to pose him, or we could probably put him like that. He's gonna look good, and the scale is right, even with those elements right there. They look like they are like a smaller statue or something that crumbled over. It doesn't look ridiculous or anything like that, and this guy looks really good on here. And they also say you can glue him onto the grass itself, which you could just kind of glue him right down onto there. It feels pretty sturdy. I feel like with a little bit of glue it would totally work right there. So Titanicus, also good for Titanicus. And then we have I believe this is 80. No, I can't tell. This is 80 mil round, and we have a work in progress armature. Everything's work in progress here. That's what I'm saying. Picking up these bases and just being able to glue your models on, maybe putting a little extra tufts. You could get some of the tough packs that come with this, just to kind of edit it a little bit. But look at that. The armatures look great on here too, and that blue really pops with that brown right there. So blue, browns, golds, reds. Those all are going to look really, really good. Even that green right there would look really, really good with this temple base right here. And last, but certainly not least, we'll bust out the big boy base. There's our 170. We got to get this big chongo all in the frame right here. So here is a Dominus class. I guess this is the Castellan himself. And he goes on here swimmingly. And the scale all looks right, even though those columns looked good for a Titanicus, they also look good for this ginormous knight. And look at that base right there. It goes really well with those steel colors. So all the metals, blues, grays, all sorts of different colors will look really good on these bases right here. I'm sure if you had the Sisters models, whether it was 40K for the Battle Sisters or even the Eldari, or not the Eldari ones, the ones from Sigmar, those would look good on here too, because a lot of them already have those little columns and the Greek things kind of mixed in with them as well. So those would look pretty good. I can't find anything in my collection that doesn't look good, except for maybe demons, but then you could add a bunch of their crazy looking alien tufts onto these bases and they would look good too. So I can't really find anything that doesn't look good on here, except for perhaps my Mournfang Cavalry. So long story short, new set of bases. Their temple designs look great. Battle ready bases will save you time. You won't have as much work in progress stuff laying around. More time for playing. Glue your models to these bases and go. You can even repaint the lips if you really want to, but you don't necessarily have to. I just think it's a win-win. The price point, it is a little steep, but when you weigh the time savings, it might not be for everybody, but it's definitely on my radar for sure. So we'll check out the next line of bases that they come out with, hopefully in the near future. I can only imagine what they're going to come out with. Maybe something dark and sinister. I like to see that dark and sinister side. We haven't quite seen it from them quite yet, but we're definitely going to check out some of their tufts and some of their rubble basing bits as well that they sent over to us in a future video. So look out for that. Make sure you head over to gamersgrass.com, scoop up your bases, check to see if there's any stores near you that carry all of their products, and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all our videos.